Hello friends, welcome to our channel. So friends, in this video, we are going to discuss about how to write JDBC program to execute select query with H2 database. In our previous video, we have discussed what is H2 database, how to use H2 database, and also in our previous video, we have discussed JDBC program to insert, delete, update a record by using H2 database. In case if you haven't watched these two videos, so the link is available in the description. So please watch these two videos. So now let us get into this video. So here we are going to see how to run select query by using JDBC program with the help of H2 database. As we discussed in our previous video, to write a JDBC program, the very basic thing is I have to include my database jar file. So I have included my H2 database jar file in my project. So this is our basic requirement to write our JDBC program with the help of H2 database. So already we have added this jar file. So now let us get into the program. As we discussed in our previous video, for each and every JDBC program, all the steps will be same. So only this SQL query will be the different. So the very first step is loading the driver, and second step is making a connection with my database by passing my database URL as well as username and the password. So we have done the connection. So now the third step is I need to create a statement with the help of my SQL query. So here my intention is I want to run a select query. For example, let me assume that I'm going to select all the records from my table. So let me check my table. So let me connect with my database. Yeah, as per my table, I have okay. I have two records in my table. So now what we are going to do with the help of JDBC program, we are going to read all the records from this table and then we will display it. You can look at my table. The table has three column EID, ENAME, ESalary. And I have two records 101 and 102 record. So now let us go to our Java code. So I'm just writing my select query. I'm going to select all the records from the table name is employee underscore table. If I want to select a particular record by using employee ID, I can do it like this, right? So, so now as per this query, it is going to select a particular record by using employee ID. And as we are already familiar in our previous video, I need to set the value for this ID with the help of setter method or with the help of purport statement object. But right now, I'm not going to do that. Yes, already we are familiar about setter method. So right now, I'm going to select all the records from my employee table. So that's why I'm not writing any condition. Since there is no condition and there is no question mark, I no need to set any value with the help of setter method. So that's why I'm just making as empty. So now my query is ready. So now the fourth step is what? I need to execute my query. In our previous video, we were using execute update method to insert, delete, and update a record. But right now, we are going to use or we are going to execute select query. So, which means I have to use another method to execute the select query. So, the method name is execute query. Execute query is a separate method to execute the select query. And you can look at the prototype, it is returning a result set. So I will be storing with my result set. You can look at my import option. Result set is a predefined interface from java.sql package. So I'm creating a result set reference and then I'm storing. So finally, this execute query is executing this query and it is selecting all the record from my table which is in my database and it is loading into my result set. So result set is something like a virtual table inside your JVM. So I have my record in my table. I'm selecting a record from my database table and I'm storing the selected record into a JVM in the form of result set. Finally, this result set will contain all the selected records. So now I need to process the records one by one. I need to iterate the records one by one. So I am going to use a while loop and I will say result set dot next. You can look at the prototype of this next method. It is returning boolean. So which means this next method will return true if I have a record or if I have a row in my result set. So the loop will continue until I reach end of the result set. So once it's reached the end of the result set, which means there is no row inside result set, in that case it will be returning false. So the loop will get a break. And each iteration, my intention is what? Each iteration, I want to display the ID, name, salary of correspondent row. So how I am going to fetch that value? It's very simple. Previously we have set the value. Now we are going to get the value. So nothing but get int. Yes, the first column is ID. It is integer. So I am using a getter method get int. And what is my column name? As per my table, the column name is ID. Sorry, EID. The same way I will be getting name which is string. So I will be using get string method and as per my table the column name is ename. And same way I'm going to get my salary. Result set object dot get int. Here salary is an integer and as per my table the column name is salary. Hope friends we are clear. So now this loop will execute until I reach end of the result set. And for each iteration, what I am doing, I am just displaying the correspondent row, EID, ename, salary I am displaying. And the last step is I have to close. Like how we closed prepared statement and connection, the same way we have to close our result set also. I am closing result set also. So now our JDBC program select query is ready. I will save my code and then I will be executing, and then I will verify my result. As you know that in my table I have two records. If my code is right, yes, it is displaying all the two records from my table. Hope friends it's clear. The same way, right now we are selecting all the records from the table. Suppose if you want to write any condition or if you want to select a particular record, then you will say EAD equal to question mark, and you will be setting the value for the question mark. So like this, you can execute any type of select query. But one thing more important, if I want to run a select query, then I have to go for execute query method, which is returning all the selected records in the form of result set. So this is more important. Hope friends we are clear about how to run the select query by using JDBC and H2 database. Thanks friends for watching this video. In case if you like this video, please subscribe and click on the bell symbol so that as soon as I upload the new video, you will be getting the notification. Also, you can share it with your friends.